Hello, friends. The 858th day of the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. Heavy fighting continues in Vovchansk, Kharkiv region. A video has appeared on the Russian side showing enemy soldiers running across the ruins and non-stop machine gun fire. The footage shows that the enemy managed to cross Saborna Street and enter a multi-story building. Also today, the Ukrainian armed forces attacked Russian troops in a multi-story building on Korolenko Street with drones. Preliminary, the enemy managed to gain a foothold in the building. To the south, the enemy is attempting to advance and gain a foothold in the building northeast of the intersection of Saborna and Pushkinska streets. The fighting continues. In the Kupiansk area, the defense forces pushed back Russian troops and gained a foothold in the Serebryansky forestry in an area up to 3.35 kilometers wide and up to 950 meters deep. Imashevitz, an expert with the Information Resistance Group, reports that this week Russian forces were able to penetrate the Ukrainian armed forces' defense near Toret to a depth of 2.6 kilometers and a front of 5.6 kilometers in the Toret direction. Moreover, it appears that in the southern part of this penetration, the enemy encountered minimal resistance. Figuratively speaking, they drove along the road north of the dumps through our forward positions, and even on satellite images a stronghold can be seen there, he said. According to Mashevitz, the Ukrainian command did not expect an attack on Toretsk from the east, since they expected that the Russians would encircle this area, breaking through to the south to the Pokrovsk-Konstantinivka highway. The expert believes that this is exactly what the Russian command was counting on. However, I very much doubt that the Russian command, in general, seriously considers the assault from the east of Toretsk as in fact the main area of the offensive, Mashevitz added. Russian troops have made a number of advances in the Pokrovsk direction in Yevhenii, near Novoalexandrivka and Sokol. This is noted on the map of the Ukrainian military resource Deep State. The capture of Novoalexandrivka was reported earlier today by the Russian Ministry of Defense, and Deep State wrote about it even earlier. The loss of the village has not been officially confirmed. Today, news appeared that in the direction of Yasnobrodivka, a detachment of female prisoners stormed the positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. A serviceman from the 24th Brigade, with the call sign, Osman said in his Telegram channel. He suggested that the Russians could also send female prisoners to the rear of the Ukrainian troops. Please be careful, if they are already at the front, then almost 100% they can be in the rear. They will pretend to be a front-line woman who will enter the yard at night and send you to eternal sleep, the soldier warned. But as it later became known, this information was not confirmed. Ukrainian military telegram channels reported that there was not a detachment, but only one woman. Also, many Ukrainian telegram channels distributed a video of a captured Russian woman, which was filmed back in 2022. Later, Osman himself refuted his message. In fact, the woman was alone, so I apologize for breaking the information space, the soldier said and referred to the incompetent people who sent him this information. And negotiations with Russia can begin only after the world develops a settlement plan and agrees on it with Ukraine. This is how Zelensky answered a question from the Philadelphia Inquirer about whether direct negotiations between Kiev and Moscow are possible. According to him, countries from different continents, from Europe and America to Asia and Africa, should take part in developing the plan. If their representatives are there, they prepare a solution to this or that crisis, and then this document, if it suits Ukraine, should be dealt with in the same way by representatives of the Russian Federation. So far, this is the only model we have, Zelensky said in an interview. He also said that a model similar to the grain deal could be used when discussing Ukraine's territorial integrity. He recalled that these were two mirror agreements between Ukraine and Russia, but not between themselves, but with mediators Turkey and the UN. It worked, Zelensky said. When asked by an American journalist what real victory means for Ukraine and whether it implies the return of all territories, Zelensky replied that it is necessary to prevent the destruction of Ukraine, and also to ensure that aggression cannot be repeated, which, according to Zelensky, will require Ukraine's admission to the European Union and NATO. If we do not have this, I believe there are great risks for us that this enemy will return. We need collective defense of Ukraine, Zelensky said. At the same time, he did not mention the return of all Ukrainian territories along the 1991 border as a condition for real victory in his answer. Zelensky also said that Ukraine and the West have different understandings of victory in this war. According to him, the West wants to preserve Ukraine, but does not want Russia to collapse or Putin to be replaced in the Kremlin, since things could get worse later. Ukraine, Zelensky says, needs satisfaction. For all of us, the final victory is a moment of satisfaction. Do you understand? These are different things. For the West, the main victory is not to allow Ukraine to be occupied, but everyone is afraid that Russia will fall apart. I hear these messages. Everyone is afraid of what will happen to Russia. Without Putin, everyone is afraid that it can remain as it is and not become even worse, and so on, he said in an interview with the Philadelphia Inquirer. Zelensky said that this is not enough, since satisfaction is important, justice is needed, because Ukraine needs to remain a united nation even after the war. Friends, this channel exists solely thanks to your support. If you have the opportunity and desire to support the channel, I will be very grateful to you. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.